A little mini disclaimer, I'm not a king main and I don't really play the character, but I just wanted to give bro some tips that he could use to advance his gameplay. So if you're a king main and you're watching this video and you're like, he can do this better, he can do this, I don't really play king. So anything you want to leave, you can leave it in the comments, but just know I don't really play king like that.
Round one.
Hopefully the audio is good. So a common rule of thumb is like whenever you get hit in Tekken, you want to like block because the string isn't natural and you ate the entire thing. So like usually in Tekken, once you get hit, you just want to hold back to keep blocking and then take your turn. You should just kept on doing the down one too. You should just kept on doing it because he kept on eating the string, so you should have just kept on doing it. If a string keeps working, just keep rotating until they block, and you would have won the game. Nice interrupt. You just doing random stuff. Use your heat also. Yeah, you have it. Use it. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's just like you need to understand where your good moves are. You got to understand how frames work because in a lot of these situations, you're at minus and you're pushing buttons. And as you can see, it's really just getting you killed.
Get ready for the next battle.
So I think your main issue is just understanding what makes King good. And overall, just how the game works in general. Like, in a lot of situations, you're just like, you're doing stuff like this. You're just trying to get the opponent off you, so you're just mashing whatever button you think is good for the moment. So, in Tekken 8, King's backdash is pretty weak. Like, if he's trying to create space, just like Jin, he can hardly move because his backdash is so bad. But he does have back Jaguar step, right? And a lot of King players use this to create space. It's back 3+4 or back X and circle at the same time. And he has to move out of this stance. He can get something like that if it hits. So if they try to like chase you down out of back Jaguar step, there's an attack you can use out of it. So what makes King really powerful, right? Because every character in this game, they have something that makes you don't want to fight him. For King, that's his grabs, right? Because it might be difficult for you to play the game if you don't really understand what you're supposed to be doing with your character. So let's see what makes King really powerful. This is what you call a 1+2 grab, right? You can chill out, bro. Look at how his hands work. Both of his hands come out, right? That's what you call a 1+2 grab. You gotta hit R1 to break it, like this. You hit R1, which is square and triangle at the same time, right? If you get hit by it, it's a big chunk of damage. And if the King player has heat, they get heat back. Like that. My heat is recovered if I land the move. Now, both of those are good, right? But that's not what makes King King. His other grab which is this one. Oops. This other grab, a giant swing. It's the same input. See, both of his arms are still coming out. It's the same exact input. The way that Tekken works with grab is that you're supposed to react to the hand and break it. But King, he has the same animation for his grabs. Meaning that for the defender, it's a true 50-50. That's what makes King so dangerous to fight against. It becomes you reacting to grab, to you guessing, and sometimes if you guess wrong, you're eating 80 damage for a grab. Not 80 damage, but 70 damage for a grab. They can tech it, like they can tech to reduce the damage, but regardless, it's still a true 50-50, right? So now, there's no way for you to defend against this. You just have to guess. Like, I'm getting lucky right now. That's why it's working, right? I'm getting lucky. But right there, I didn't get that lucky. Now, I just ate a big grab. Now, how do you beat grabs? You can just duck. Right? Because grabs are highs. But King has some devastating mids to stop you from ducking. There we go. He has a stunner. Now it's forward and X, like this, right? But if you hit R1 the second the X connects, it transforms into a grab for 38 damage. And it's safe on block. He also has other mids like this. He has this. He has forward 2. Down forward one is a really good poke. You were using it before in your matches. One thing that King has that a lot of characters in this game don't have is a quick counter-hitting mid. If you watch this King player called the John, or even Little Majin, just Sandy, any of these King players, they use this move a lot. Why? Because it's a mid counter hit confirmable launcher. So you can really make this safe. That's really good. I'm not a King player, so I can't really show you the exact combos to do for it, but it's a really good move. A nice way to check your opponent whenever they try to like mash too much and start too much pressure. What does this move? Forward neutral 2, double tap forward, wait for a second, hit triangle. It's a great low. It's +5 on block, well, a +5 on hit, and -13 on block, which isn't too bad. It's actually in your favor. So when it connects, you can do stuff like, oops, you can frame trap with the down forward 1, and if they hit a button, you can get the full combo. Like, that's how you're supposed to be playing this character. And if it hits on counter hit, you get 50 damage. So you don't want to just be throwing out random moves in the neutral when you're fighting with King. You want to understand how to use your grabs, how to put them in 50-50 situations. And that's how you get the kill. Like King, he can pseudo play the poking game with moves like down forward 1, his 2-1, and his wave dash mix up with the giant swing. You can check them with a Watson 4. You can check them with a forward neutral 2 from a wave dash. Can you even do that? You can't. You can't do that, but you can check them with moves like the down 3, the down back 3 from a wave dash if you really want the damage from a low. But the real trick becomes when you start wave dashing into like giant swing or shining wizard. I can't do it. It's too much, but it's possible. But yeah, for you, honestly, if you can just get your grabs down, it can really just carry you up to like Genbu. But the way that you're playing right now, and also use your heat. King has one of the best heats in the game. Use your power crush. King has a really good power crush. Get a bread and butter down for your combos. One combo that lasts You just want to get that down. And it can work from a lot of your different launchers. If you ever launch somebody with a move like this, because I was watching your gameplay for a little bit, you would do something like this. And that's not that good damage. This grab in the air, if you hit it after 1 or 2 moves, it would do a big chunk of damage. That's what you want to do. Like, just so I can demonstrate how much damage it does by itself. That's 62 damage. It's really good. So you want to end your combos with this. It gives heat back, and it does good damage. You want to use your Jaguar Sprint. Jaguar Sprint into the low. Oops. It's really hard for people to punish this. That kick is safe, and it's a mid from Jaguar Sprint. There's a lot of good moves that you're not using with King, but you just have to understand how to play your character first. Like, I understand Tekken can be a very complicated game to get into, but to keep it simple for you when you're playing King, there's a few moves you want to do. If you want quick damage from below, you always have down 3. If you want to enforce a bit more pressure, you got forward neutral too. That just means you double tap forward, wait for a second, and hit triangle. That's what it means by neutral, then the 2. His grabs are really good because, as I said before, they can be a true 50-50 with the animation. See? 50-50 is 2 different grabs that he's doing, but they look the same. So for the defender, they can't really break it, they just have to guess. He has good heat with his heat smash. It does good damage. And it breaks the floor. So if you're on a stage with a breakable floor, this is gonna break the floor regardless. He has grabs that break the floor, right? He has good ways to set up his giant swing. Like, if you can do it after a jab, it's a frame trap. They can't match out of that. But that's just something you have to practice for yourself, because this is the input for the giant swing. Where is it? Yeah, that's the input for the giant swing. So it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get it down, but there are videos on YouTube on how you can do it. Forward neutral too is one of his best lows, but it's linear, so they can step it, and it's kind of slow. So to get them conditioned, you want to do stuff like this. Down back 3 is pretty good, even though it's -14 on block. You can frame trap them with a wall stand and 4, and if they get hit by the wall stand and 4, then you can go back into this move. This move is really good because once they start respecting the first hit, you can do the second hit. And you can also makeshift this, or like, oh, they're waiting for the second hit, you throw in a grab. Always remember, what makes King really dangerous is his grabs. And when they start trying to duck your grabs, that's when you start using moves like the stunner. If I can remember the input for the move. Like this. This is the mid. Once they start ducking that, he also has running 3. What's the other kick? There we go. He has stuff like this. Once they start ducking, you can do stuff like this. This running 3 is a mid and it's safe, and I'm pretty sure it's plus. So if they block it, it's your turn. Like that, it's +3. And you can frame trap that with a giant swing. Or any other grab, to be honest. I think that's what makes King good, just to get you started off, so you can understand what your character is actually supposed to do. Forward neutral 2 to +5 on counter hit, big damage. You can harass him with this move. Do your pressure off a move like this. This is -1, so you can still sidestep. If they want to hit buttons, you have the second hit. Keep in mind it's -10 on block. But that's the game you play. His heat is really good because of his heat smash. This is a heat engager, so you can get a full combo from it if you hit it. I don't really play King, but I think these tips should help you moving forward. Because from what I'm seeing from the gameplay, you're just hitting random buttons. Like, every character in this game has like a 13 frame mid. Your 13 frame mid is a kind of hit launch. The combo is a little bit difficult to convert for me because I don't play King. But I'm sure with some practice you can get it. Shouldn't be that difficult for you. There's a lot of things you can do with the character, but just to start yourself out, get acclimated with his best moves before you just go into rank and try random stuff. Let me know if this video helps. It should help you a lot, because these are good moves that you aren't even using. Forward neutral 2, if I was a King main, I'd be spamming this every round. +5, which means I can start my pressure. If they respect it, I can always do a grab. It's too good not to use. Down 3 is +1, so you can frame trap that with a giant swing. If I can do the move. Yeah. +1, 10 frame move, that is a frame trap. You want to get some more pressure, but you don't want to do forward neutral 2. You always have down back 3. Pretty sure it's -14 on block. So it's not launch punishment by the whole cast. Yup, -14. It's not the worst. It's just like Jin's down 2. Only thing is, like, on counter hit, you actually get something on like Jin. I don't know what the... Oh, you can't forget about muscle armor. The way that this move works, it just absorbs attacks. And then you can counter-attack them. It's really good. You're at +39, you can just start your pressure. Oops. And you don't always have to hold it. If you feel like your opponent is rushing you down too much, you always have your 13 frame hit confirmable launcher. It's not natural, it has to be a counter hit, but it's still good regardless. Uses grabs as a way to mix your opponent up between Giant Swing and Shining Wizard. I don't know if that's the name for the grab, but that's what I've been calling it for years. Oops. Use moves like down forward 1 to keep them in check. Once they start respecting it, you always have a second hit. You can do stuff like this. Chain that into a grab. And one thing about King, that I didn't even go into is that he does have multi-grabs. Let me see if I can demonstrate it. Like stuff like this. Oops. He does have stuff like this. You'd have to go into the move list and figure out how to do it yourself because I'm not a King main. But things like this is what make King King. And at your ranks, I promise you, nobody's breaking these. There are multiple tutorials on YouTube you can find that they will show you how to do these grabs, and once you get them down, you'll be a problem for everybody. Because even I don't know how to break all of them. But yeah, using King without using grabs is like not playing the character at all. He has moves that allow him to play traditional Tekken, like forward forward neutral 2, his down forward 1. What's his stunner again? I keep forgetting. His stunner, underrated move, is safe. And it's a mid. So if they try to duck your grab because they're scared, you always have this. And whenever you see a whiff punish, you have 4-2-1. And heat is a full launch. And without heat, it's a heat engager. So if you hit it in the open, heat engager. Muscle armor. If you hit the 2 in the open, it's a heat engager. So just keep these moves in mind. You can do stuff like muscle armor into his grabs. You don't always have to go for the 2. It's all about how you want to play. But I think using these moves should really help you out in ranked. And just in general. Hopefully this helps from a non-King main.
Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet.